I told you out loud as we were sitting there watching that race, as soon as Allmendinger came down pit road and they changed those tires, I said, cue Brad Keselowski. And I just assumed that somewhere along the line, he would end up finding his way up there to the front. And he probably should have won that race. Just the line that he picked on that last restart didn't go. And he seemed to even have the better car than Bell. And when he got to Bell's back bumper there on the white flag lap, I think coming off of two, we were surprised at how much he closed on him. And then going into three and four, it was like, this could be it. And he hit him really, really hard. And it barely moved Bell's car. That bothered me a little bit. So two questions here. One, did that irritate you to see how little the 20 car moved after a big shot like that? And secondly, had it worked the way that I assume Brad was intending it to, and he actually dumped the 20, would you have been upset at the fact that Brad won the race that way?
Um, I definitely shouldn't have to hit a car that hard to move him out of the way. Obviously, we all go back to wanting the Gen 4 cars. All you had to do is slip your nose about just underneath the guy and it'd wiggle him up out of the groove. Um, had uh had Bell been dumped, kind of like Austin Dillon style at Richmond, that would have been kind of a sketchy move, I guess you could say. I probably would have been a little more ungrateful for that type of finish. Um, I would like to see it done a little more fairly, just more of a bump and run like you would see back in the day. Just move them out of the groove and get past. But I just these cars or whatever just so stuck to the track that it's hard to do that anymore.
What if it was somewhere in between that and it was kind of like Logano's move on Byron at Darlington a few years ago, to where he hit him really hard and he ends up in the fence, but isn't wrecked. Like, how do you feel about that?
Um, yeah, I don't want to see you guys putting other guys into the fence, even like the Logano incident. If you move him out of the groove and then maybe he gets a little bit loose and into the fence, that might be a little different because he's in a bad groove or whatever, bad lane. But yeah, the I just the only bump and run that's coming to my head now is the Jeff Gordon one on Rusty Wallace and just got his nose under and moved up a lane and Gordon went on by. That's those are the type of moves I want to see, but that's not what you can really do anymore in this car, it seems like.
Yeah, that is frustrating.